A wonderful moment, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We'll continue to take a look on what's happening in the nation Zimbabwe. President Emerson Mnangagwa commented on the issues of corruption and its effects. Remember, we've been talking about corruption, saying it's corruption, not sanctions. And let us take a look onto what he said.
Corruption is one of the continent's greatest threats, with negative and corrosive effects which hamper and reverse economic development, progress, and stability. Its negative impact cannot be downplayed. Similarly, the fight against corruption remains a serious and a complex challenge. Networks of corruption are becoming more and more sophisticated, permeating all sections of our society. The need to build strong and robust institutions to ensure that all our assets and natural resources benefit the majority rather than line the pockets of a few remains paramount and urgent. I challenge the private sector, civil society, political parties, churches, and other socio-economic groups to cultivate integrity and high ethical standards in the execution of their various functions. Members of the criminal justice system and those in institutions tasked to fight corruption must improve on the investigation into and prosecution of corruption cases. They must be above reproach and must ensure that all cases of corruption within their rank and file are thoroughly investigated, with corrupt officials punished. The culture of long drawn-out prosecutions and the catch and release syndrome must come to an end. The arrest and successful prosecution of corrupt, big and small fish alike must be the new normal.
So, to deal with corruption, we need to be honest. President Emerson Mnangagwa was supposed to start with the issue of Henrietta Rushkwaya. Henrietta Rushkwaya was caught with 6 kilograms of gold at Harare International Airport, now Robert Mugabe International Airport. That case died a natural death. They might claim Kuti she was sentenced, but did she serve? No. The issues of corruption must go deep into the gold mafia itself. There was evidence which was actually broadcasted. And if President Mnangagwa wanted to investigate thoroughly, they could have started with that issue of gold mafia. As long as there are people who are engaged in corruption but are protected by the state, you will never deal with corruption. As long as institutions are forced to drop cases of corrupt people, high profile corrupt people, you will never end corruption, because they will end up vakutoshandisa the same power iroro kuita zvavanenge vachida kuita. Imagine the police officers, they go with a case and that case is dropped by the magistrate and nothing happens, or by the prosecutors and nothing happens. What are those police officers going to continue to bring such cases? We have seen so many police officers being threatened, others being transferred because of how they fought corruption. So in Zimbabwe, there is no witness protection whatsoever to ensure that whistleblowers are protected. How do you guarantee whistleblowers when the government officials are involved in corruption just like that, and the people who are supposed to be protecting witnesses are also involved in massive corruption? So, this is an acknowledgement by President Emerson Mnangagwa that corruption is rampant. Number two, catch and release is happening. ZEC here last year, if I'm not mistaken, spent 33 million. It's 2023 or 2022. They spent, not ZAC, they spent 33 million for no single conviction. And you ask questions. You cannot try people who are corrupt and fail to convict them. You cannot spend 33 million and not convict one person. Are you telling us that they're not corrupt people? Are you telling us that you are failing to arrest the corrupt people? No, you can arrest them, you can stop them, but you don't want. It's because of political interference. So, this is touching and disheartening. We will see. He has spoken. We want to see how these organizations, how these institutions are going to work. We want to see how they are going to perform and react from his message. Are you in power? If you are in power, you have to show by asserting authority. And when you speak and nothing happens, then it shows that you are not in power.